My name is Nate from Team Mutually Assured Destruction, and it's been a while since I've actually been on camera, so I thought I'd change that and do a video where I talk about my bots and just sort of really casual, just go through, just discuss the evolution of sorts. This is Slim Pickens. It is my first bot and my flagship bot from Team Mutually Assured Destruction. It is an antweight 1 pound bot. The every version so far and probably ever is just a 2-wheeled weaponless wedge. And so first the backstory. I started out with a FingerTech Viper kit that was recommended to me by Mike Jeffries from, you might know on BattleBots, is Bombshell. And so version 1 started with just a simple Viper kit. I didn't really know that much about like designing and stuff, so my dad and we basically just made a little cover for it. This is really, really thin aluminum from Home Depot, like paper thin, and it's also kind of dusty because it's been gathering dust for a while. And I somehow got second place with it at my very first event. And so I basically just went for the entire event, no spare parts. If I took damage, I would just put some duct tape on it. You can also see everything is held together with, aside from the screws that go to the Viper kit base, just pop rivets for the wedge and any other additional things added on. And luckily I somehow got second place, which was quite nice. So then immediately afterwards decided to make it completely new. Well, not completely new, basically the same bot, but with a different cover. So logically I decided, I'll just make it a slightly thicker material. So here's just slightly thicker. It was at 2 events and it didn't really do well. As you could see, it got really beaten up. I added these little horns to it, so if another bot would get underneath another bot, I would be able to like hold on to them, but it didn't really work very well. So 2 events. Then afterwards was version 3. Unfortunately, version 3 isn't with me right now because it went into version 4. It was basically a hybrid of the Viper with a wedge sort of like this, and I'm still at the stage where I didn't really understand much about building stuff, so Alex Horn, another builder, helped me out with it. And so it basically had this wedge. Unfortunately, due to time constraints, it wasn't completed, so I had to add some stuff like a hinged wedge that was basically just a sheet of Lexan duct tape to the front, and unfortunately it didn't really do well. The hinged wedge would fold upwards and I wouldn't be able to get underneath anything. So after that, Alex offered to help me out again, and this is version 4, so completely non-Viper kit, except it used the same interior or internals, and this did pretty well. It was at 6 events, placed at 3 of them. Somehow I actually was able to get underneath most of the bots, despite it's kind of hard to see, but Mike Jeffries' bot Algos, one of the first bots I fought with it, actually bent and warped the wedge up, and I never got around to making a new one. So it held up well for a while, but then afterwards the bots got more vicious, and the wedge would sometimes get ripped off, so I had to replace it. And then afterwards I, still in the stage where I didn't really know that much about designing, I asked Kyle Singer, another really good builder, to help me out, and this is version 5. So version 5 was inspired by a robot called Shame Spiral, a beetle weight, which was basically the same design, just obviously because it's scaled up. It has, this is scaled down Shame Spiral, so it wasn't an exact copy, but so the main feature of this is for fighting spinners. It has these little shock mounts. These are from McMaster Carr, and you can see they sort of flex. So if I'm fighting a spinner, all the energy is transferred here. And one thing that is really nice about it is they're interchangeable front ends depending on the bot set I'm going to face. So the standard front end is just a simple wedge with angled sides, but if I want to, and if I'm fighting like a wedge or something, I can just swap out to these nice little spikes made of titanium. And this is the little sharp edge cover. So this has been competing since 2016. It's had some ups and downs, mainly due to faults, either like driver error or just like little things that I'm still learning about. It's really only had a few changes, like moving the wheel guard to where they're connected to the body. They used to be connected to the chassis, but what would happen is it would rub up against the wheels and I would lose half my drive. I also added some FingerTech bearing blocks to secure the drive motor shaft, so I'd be less likely to lose the gearbox on really hard hits. So as I've been learning more about CAD designing and also fabricating, this is going to be retired. I'm going to make basically a redone version of this, which I'll put a photo up on screen. It's just going to be a single UHMW frame piece. I'm going to make a new wedge that's narrower for fighting drum spinners and just try and redo some other things, and hopefully it'll get redesigned soon and it should be fun. So that's basically it. So as you can see, I've been learning a lot, and that's it. Thank you.